Have foundations early on in your relationship. What do you want that 50 year to look like? Have a discipline in daily movement. Hold yourself accountable to some fundamental version of nutrition. Have a discipline around sleep, because as you're becoming a father, those systems will be attacked and you'll start to become the father that you're actually supposed to be. One that leads by example, one that has unlimited energy, one that's attractive to your wife so your relationship is really strong. You could feel my passion to this because I feel like there's a lot of fathers that are not fathers. They're fatherless fathers. And I'm like, bro, like, come on. They've been lied to. My goal and your goal is to normalize this again. And it is normal for us. What's not normal is having a dad bod. And I might get hated for that. For whatever reason. It's fine. Let's talk about how to prevent this.
I'll start with what I think is the most important one. And
Keith, welcome back, man.
Glad to be here.
Let's start out with my little fun question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite dad joke so far?
So my kid's only a year and a half. He's
so you're not even
he's
in
not
that
really
life yet.
talking yet. So I don't really have any good dad jokes. And I
Mhm.
was gonna say, I bet you have so many that you could
Yeah.
even like give me one.
Dude,
So what's yours?
it's almost cringy
Yeah.
that I always want to share this. But it's fun when your son is the only one laughing, and then you're like,
Yeah.
let's go. I think
That's
I
it. That's all
made
that
it.
matters.
So let me put some context on this before I say the joke, because it's not gonna land if I just say the joke. But my son has been reading a lot of Harry Potter books. I don't know if you've read it before, maybe you've watched the movie before, right? But he's a fan now, right? And my wife's a massive fan. So I was like, okay, if I create a dad joke around that, it's gonna land.
Yeah.
It's like a calling. Once you get a dad joke, you're in the tribe.
I can't
right?
wait for my first one.
So here's the joke. What is Lord Voldemort's favorite shoe?
What?
Horcrux.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Dude, he loved it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an original one, and
Sure.
it turned out there was a meme of
man.
Lord Voldemort wearing Crocs.
Well,
So
if you genuinely thought of it, then it is original.
I thought it
if
was
you never
original.
saw it beforehand.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure someone's gonna be
I
like,
can't-
I said that.
I can't wait for my first one. But he laughs at like they're not even jokes. He just laughs.
I
At,
know.
Like, I smell his feet and I make a face and that makes him laugh.
Oh,
So I'm like,
dude.
I'm not even there yet with like
Yeah.
the creativeness of a joke yet. So
Yeah, you're Theo Von to him.
Yeah,
You know
definitely.
what I mean?
Like,
I'm
everything I
like,
say
Oh my
is the
gosh, I'm
funniest
like
thing
Dave Chappelle right now.
Yeah.
This is great. It's
gotta-
so
I
fulfilling.
gotta like sit down and write my jokes one day so they come out better. But
100%. Okay, so speaking of dad life, because this is really about the dad side of things, and really what I want to cover is avoiding the dad bod life by creating maybe a set of systems or habits that prevent that. Because this is one that kind of breaks my heart a little bit for me. It also angers me a little bit, to be quite honest. So I want to ask you first, like, what is your opinion, your honest opinion, honest opinion about the dad bod?
well, first here's my question for you.
Mhm.
I've heard like recently the idea of a dad bod is actually not what I thought a dad bod was. So what is a dad bod is my question.
So there was an era where the dad bod started to become marketed,
Mhm.
right? And I think it's brilliant marketing in the alcohol world and other worlds. But a dad bod in currently, as you guys are watching this, is a body that really you kind of gave up on it. You know, you're drinking a little bit of beers, you're snacking food now.
Now,
You're kind of hunched forward a little bit.
when you say gave up, does
Yeah.
that imply that you used to have a good body and you have
Not
given up?
necessarily. Not
So
necessarily.
th-
Yeah,
that's-
that's true, right?
So what I thought a dad bod was
Mhm.
exactly what you're saying, like hunched over. I think of like skinny fat.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
For
you
sure.
just too much stress, too much snacks, like that kind of
Yeah.
body. But I don't know where I heard it from, but from what I believe a lot of people think a dad bod is like
Yeah.
you used to be in shape and you used to be like a jacked guy before.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And now you're just like getting fatter, but you're still like jacked, but
Yeah.
like you just have a lot of body fat because of the new lifestyle that you have.
100%.
So you have like a base of being like a a bigger guy, like a burly guy, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and just like you're starting to slowly fall apart.
For sure.
Where
Yeah.
to me, I thought it was the skinny fat, the little like, the little guts coming, the beer guts starting to come in, like no muscle. Like that's what I picture when I hear a dad bod.
I think there's that side.
And maybe there's just two different sides.
We'll do
it.
Dad Bod version A where you used to be fit,
Yeah.
and then there's Dad Bod where you were never fit,
Right.
and now you've just like fully merged into that identity.
Exactly.
Right.
What you were saying, what gets me kind of like almost kind of gets me upset is like Dad Bod A used to be fit and now is like falling apart. Like that's the one that hurts.
Yeah.
That's the one that hurts, because that means that like you had all these systems and habits and things that we're going to talk about, and then when your child came into the world, they all fell apart.
Right.
That's sadder. If you were never really in shape, or you were just kind of like a skinny guy that ended up getting fat, like you didn't really have things together beforehand, and of course it's going to slip away faster this way. So yeah, used to be in shape, now have a dad bod. That one's the sadder one to me. I think both you could fix
for sure
both, or you can prevent both, which I think is almost even more important than trying to fix it.
Yeah,
is being aware, if you're going to be a new father, on how to prevent it.
For sure. Yeah. Oh man, this is where we like push away people probably. Because when we start really talking about our own opinions, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I think the dad bod is atrocious to me.
It is. It's sad that that's something that's being marketed.
It's marketed to be good, right? And I'm broken because I feel like fathers are not being fathers when they're like that. And there are a set of kids, and I think more kids, that are being taught by watching you.
100%.
And it's hard. It's hard to be able to be to be where we're at and still have kiddos and still have a full-time job, but it's absolutely possible. But I think great fathers lead by example. They lead by showing that they can protect their people. I think that the protective identity has been somewhat lost. And I think dads that show that they actually are really healthy for themselves also have a healthy relationship with their kids, a healthy relationship with their spouse, right? If me and my wife have this thing, it's like, babe, if I'm getting some back fat on the back, you got to let me know.
Yeah.
Like this is our standard. So you create those standards. And here's the other thing. I'm like honestly telling her, like, are you more attracted to me when I'm like, super chunky, or like where I'm like here? Be honest, right? And then she'll tell me, she's like, I was like, I know you'd love me if I was super chunky, but are you attracted to me?
Yeah. Because
at the end of the day, being a man is like, are you getting action?
Yeah.
Right? And that is less and less. And you know what? Like, I think a healthy sex life is when you both enjoy it, not just one person. Right? So that's robbing that experience. That's robbing, like, my son will see me flirt with my wife.
Yeah.
I think you need that.
That's good. Yeah.
Right? And I think kids that don't get to see that, they start to have this broken image of what a marriage should look like. And I think it's more rare and rare. I love it when I see like I haven't seen you guys in action, but then if I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I see that in like when I was traveling a lot too, like when you see just a lot of different sample sizes of people.
Yeah.
Like there's just that, like you'll see like a dad with a baby and like holding the baby, and you can see he's got like a bicep, and you're just like little head nod, like good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Because it's hard.
It is.
It's hard, and it's not normal. And for some reason, it's also been demonized a little bit. I think there was an era where it's like, you're not even like, what are you doing? Training in the gym, and you're just neglecting your kid.
Yeah.
Right. There was that perception.
Well, that's probably just something that people that got dad bods make up in their own head.
For sure.
I think so.
True. Do you think you're a better parent because you're fit, or do you?
100%.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like it's the classic. I think we talked about this on the last one, where it's like there's that big dilemma where like you need to be the best version of yourself first before you can show up for others. That classic like when the plane's going down, you put the oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you help the person next to you.
100%.
Because if you help the person next to you, you're going to pass out and you're going to die. Like that concept is definitely true when it comes to fathers. And just to add too, so we don't lose too many people, like it's the same thing for a mother as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there's definitely, some qualities as a father that I hope to have that are a little bit different, but like mom, and here's where it kind of upsets me. You don't see like mom bods being advertised.
No, not at all.
Why would you like that? No one wants. I don't even know what a mom bod is. That's like you don't even want to say that to a woman.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be like, oh, you got the dad bod going on. Like that's like a normalized thing.
And it blows my mind. It shouldn't be that way, right? And it shouldn't be that way because you're setting your kids up for immediate failure as they start to age. And I'm seeing this firsthand because I'm a dad. I'm a soccer dad, and I'm a proud soccer dad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing parents, and I'm part of a club team. And what's cool about club teams is you see them when they're like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you see essentially what 10 years is going to look like of your life. And here's what I've noticed, and I could be wrong, but I'm seeing as they start getting closer, like if my son is 12, the parents get less and less and less fit. And the reason for that is I'm just seeing them sit down. Like it's 2 hours, 3 times a week, 2 hours of just watching him or not watching him. You're just like consuming something on the phone. I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, right? Sometimes I'll consume stuff on the phone, but I'm doing it when I'm walking, or I'll go pick up a ball and start dribbling. Because if he's training for 2 hours, I could train for 30. He doesn't want to watch me the whole time, right? I also want to watch the scrimmage part of it. That one's really exciting for me. So what I do is I'm like, I'm going to do exactly what he does. Get another extra, because you're paying $1,000, $2,000 for these clubs.
Yeah.
You might as well get some training out of it.
Yeah.
And dude, to be honest, the coaches are like, that's cool.
Yeah. I bet they don't see it a lot either.
Yeah. And they don't see any parents doing the same thing at all. And then there's another parent that started doing the same thing. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, we're starting a movement here.
You know what's not cool? Is the parent that's sitting down the whole time and really out of shape.
And then yelling at their kids.
Yelling at their kid that they're not running fast enough.
100%. Okay, this happened this weekend. It's like they don't realize that the dad bod is robbing your credibility. Now, if you were a fit monster and you're like, dude, you got to hustle for that ball, and I think that would have a different energy. But if you're like the biggest person there, you're the biggest dad there, and you're yelling with the largest words, and I don't know what's happening in his own life. Maybe this is where he gets to manage his stresses. But from my perspective, his weights mean nothing, right? And it just bothered me that in his mind, that his words meant something. But then what's interesting is I'll praise a kid and I'll be like, dude, that cut that you made on the left? My gosh. Nice job. And then they light up.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, the weight is different. My words weigh different. And then these other parents are way different. And I'm telling you, it's because they've somehow normalized that a dad bod is okay. And it's not. And it's not because it's robbing them from their credibility. It's robbing them from managing their stress. And 10 years down the road, they'll come to us and be like, dude, I'm low in testosterone. I'm on high blood pressure medicine. I'm ready to change. Mother, it's hard. Yeah. One, we can do it. We'll get you in good shape. But dude, it breaks my heart that no one screamed at you and be like, take care of yourself. This dad bod shit that you're like listening to is not what, it's not normal. And it's why I like having you in here, because you're a parent. We have a lot of fit dads, and we've normalized it.
It's cool.
Right?
It's cool to see, and it's rare, and it's definitely rare to see too. So.
Yeah.
And then I think another piece of that too is like a lot of the times, like especially with younger kids, like even the fat dad that's sitting there and yelling. It's not saying that he's a bad dad. He's probably a great dad, and the kid probably looks up to him, and like I don't know, maybe he's telling him stories about, oh, I played college soccer and I know this, and look, he probably showed him videos of him back in the day, and this is Dad Bod A, by the way, the used to be fit and let go, and then that kid probably still is like, my dad's a superhero, my dad can do this, my dad can do that, but subconsciously he's like, well,
it's okay to give up at the end.
At the end. So this is just a childhood thing that I'm going to do.
Right.
Because, it's okay. You could be really, really good. Or they're looking at it as like, well, I could still eat all this stuff that my dad eats, and I could still be a good athlete, and I could still do this. And that's, in the long run, that's going to backfire on the kid and the dad.
For sure. Yeah. And, I do, to be fair, I've had friends that made it at a high level sports, and their dad was in dad bod mode.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's the thing too. Yeah.
And,
it's like,
and I understand that. And
I'm sure he's doing something really good behind the scenes.
Yeah. He was a great dad. In fact, I think he was more a father figure to me than my dad, to be honest. But what he did sacrifice was sleep. So what he would do was he would take us to practices, and then he would go at night and like change all the vending machines, because that was the only time he could. He ran like a vending machine company. So he'd literally come home at 4 and sleep from like 4 a.m. till like noon. And he got to points where he was so tired that we're not going to get arrested anymore, but we were driving at like 12 to practice. Because his dad was like, guys, I'm just too tired. Can you just go? It's like a mile, right? And we're like, yeah, let's drive. So.
And you can't look down on a guy like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously everybody has something going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like a phenomenal dad. Like if you're basically sacrificing your sleep and your own health, to give back to your kids, like that is why dad bods happen in the first place.
Right.
Definitely. Like everyone knows that. Like you start caring about somebody else more than you care about yourself, and then you let yourself go out the window. So 100%. That's why I think that like this is a big jiu-jitsu thing too. So prevention is the first step.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of want to get into where if you're listening to this and you have a kid on the way, or you don't even have kids on the way, but you plan on having kids one day, there's a lot more in the prevention of the dad bod rather than like hoping that, I'll never get out of shape, I'll never do this, and then you just get caught in this whirlwind of life, and then
100%.
You look at the mirror and you're like, exactly what I said was.
For sure.
Wasn't going to happen, happened.
I want to bring this because it's a side point. So he was a great dad. What ended up failing at the end was the marriage, right? So like that breaks my heart. I think kids are very, very important. But at the end of the day, dude, when your kids are gone, guess what?
Yeah.
You guys are homies again.
Yeah.
And if you put all your effort into just your kids, you neglect the wife.
Right.
And it might not be as obvious. It's very subtle. Like your wife is just not attracted to you anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say. So what you said really hits for me too. Where, because I've started to know this too. The difference between loving and being attracted to are obviously very different.
Right.
Your wife could love you more and more every day from just being the better father that you're being, but slowly. Like the attractiveness is going away.
It's going away.
And then in 10 or 20 years, when there's not that like looking at your husband raising the kids and that love is kind of like not there anymore because like you already raised your kids and they're older and that's not there anymore. Now you're just an unattractive husband.
100%.
And that's sad.
And then people are like, why is my testosterone low? It's because you're not feeling like a man. Right? And you're not getting the man stuff that's happening. There's something about it, and I can feel this when my wife's trying to flirt at me. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Right? I feel good.
Yeah.
you know, and she's not.
That's
and I'm
that's a
man,
real thing too. And if anybody gets upset about that, it's like that's just.
Dude, I feel good. Like sometimes
it's like a girl,
I'm like
a girl being called pretty, like she getting dressed up, like that does something to you.
My wife gets freaked out when I like check her out.
Yeah.
She's like, what's happening right now?
It definitely does something to you.
It does something. Hormonally, I don't know what it does, but when my wife is like physically attracted to me and I'm like, chill, like I need to go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to relax. Okay.
I need
There's
8
something.
hours tonight.
Yeah, I need 8 hours. There's something about it that does to your confidence. And guess what you do? You do more of amazing things that you love to do. Right. So let's talk about how to prevent this, because it's absolutely possible. And it's possible because of the lens that we're in and the environment that we're in and the perspective that we in. Our trainers for sure probably have a massive advantage of becoming pretty fit. Yeah. But we have also had the luxury to see people that had dad bods that turned into like god bods.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, like, what are you, a professional athlete? Mm-hmm. I want to talk about those guys. Number one, because I think there's a through line that they're all hitting really, really well. And I want to use this podcast or this particular topic to maybe find some of those habits, so those systems they've created for themselves, that in hopes that if you have one or two of these systems and you're a dad and you think being a father, there has to be a better way than just being a dad bod to lead your family household. Perhaps we can give them some blueprints of what that is.
Yeah.
So let's lay some out. You lay one out, I'll lay one out, and then maybe we can make something.
I'll start with what I think is the most important one, and it's everything that we're going to talk about today. I think it needs to be discussed with your partner as a team first. I think that's number one, because you could have these grand plans of how you're going to stay in shape.
Yeah.
But if they're not aligned with your wife's, then they're not going to work out. So what we did was like, we have a lot of discussions like on the, within that 9-month journey of like what it's going to be like, what her plan is going to be on how to bounce back, what mine's going to be, what is her gym time going to be, what is mine going to be, who's going to watch the kid, how are we going to do, like there's a million different, like everybody's scenario is so different. That has to be discussed, because everybody knows that has a wife and a kid. It's a team effort. Like you got to run that like a professional sports team. For sure. It can't just be every man you can't just have the star on the team just doing his own thing, or it's never going to work. Yeah. So I think number one is you have to get on the same page with your significant other. Yeah. And I know that could be really difficult, because I know there's couples that there's one person is either more fit than the other, or more person just like, like they have more of a regimen of going to the gym. The other person is not like out of shape, but they're healthy, and they just kind of like don't have as much structure as the other person. Yeah. Those become the people that get the dad bods. For sure. When they're in shape, they're, it's like when you're a kid, you could eat whatever you want. And then all of a sudden you get older and the rules change. Same kind of deal. Like if you're this like, I go to the gym sometimes, I run sometimes, whatever, to stay in shape. When I look like I'm getting chubby, I go for a run and it fixes itself. Like there's some people that have that kind of like lifestyle. Yeah. That lifestyle does not exist when you have kids.
This has to be intentional. So one, the intentions are there. I like this because my wife and I had a conversation a while back. It's like, what do we want our retirement to look like? One, I want to be attracted to her when I'm 55, 60. You know what I mean? I want to be
you ever seen a couple like that? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Awesome. I'm like, dude, they're doing something right. Yeah. Like that's wealthy for me. That is like, wow, you did something right. So one, I want to be attracted to her when I'm 60. The other one is when my son is not there, and I want to travel. And I don't want to just like go to a cruise and just like, I'm kind of hating on them, but just like watch the sunshine. I want to move. Yeah. Like I want to go into the castle and then leave out of the castle and then like climb some mountain. Like I want to like feel what that feels like. I want to travel, not just to watch travel. And then the other side to me is I want to be able to practice with my son's kids. You're like, dang, dude, grandpa can ball, bro. Yeah. Right. And I will be able to play with my son for a very long time.
Think about
at a
that.
high
We're
level.
talking about being fit dads.
Yeah.
Being a fit grandpa is
That's
next level.
So
I don't even know if I've seen too many.
yeah, it's rare, right? So one, you have to have that discussion. I completely agree with that. Because when you have those discussions, now you have values and principles.
That's right.
That you can build on top of. This is practical right now. My wife was like, "Hey, can you take him to practice so I can do Muay Thai with Madison?" And I was like, "Of course." Because in my mind, I'm like, I want to be physically attracted to her. I want to travel. I want to play with my grandkids. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a non-negotiable. But if we never had that conversation of what our back half looks like, then you run on the efforts of freestyling. I'm getting kind of chunky. Right. I'm going to go for a run. Right? But then you're losing attraction. And then potentially your kids are gone. And I see this too often. They're two different people. We're no longer attracted to each other. They've grown. One has grown, one has stayed, and you've grown so far apart. And I've seen people merge together post, but it's very rare, right? We're not designed that way almost, no. Right? Mm-mm. So I agree. I like that. I that.
I think that's like the foundation before you even have a plan.
Yeah.
Is just making sure that you guys are on the right page. Because what if like the other person hasn't even thought about that yet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just that's definitely the groundwork, and then the next step. Do you have the next step?
Yeah. So I mean, I make frameworks to remind myself, but there's when I look at like you and I look at me, I look at Igor, I look at guys like Rod. Something that they do every single day is they have a practice of daily movement. Doesn't matter if it's cycling, doesn't matter if it's like going for a walk, doesn't matter if it's going to CrossFit. There's this discipline around like, I just have to move today, right? It doesn't matter what it is. And I think that is like one of the key habits you need to get into. I just got to make sure I'm physically moving today. It could also be like construction work. Like that's, dude, moving like rubble in your backyard is movement.
Oh yeah.
I get sweaty. So that is a big through line that I notice that is very common with a lot of the dads. And like, if you want to add another layer to this is making sure that daily movement you're doing is fun. It's so fun that you're like, dude, I can't wait to do it. Mm-hmm. Babe, can I go play soccer?
And then it becomes an outlet.
Yeah. And so it's like,
now it's two birds, one stone right there.
Oh my gosh. So daily movement, but also like, is it fun? Is it exciting for you?
Yeah.
Right.
Which is why, like, if you hate running and like this plan for when you have a kid is to get up at like 5 a.m. and go running.
Awful, man.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. It's got to be. And again, I wouldn't like, you know, when wife's pregnant and, you know, they say like, oh, you don't do anything like new. You can go back to the same, you know, if you're taking CrossFit classes, you could take them. If you're running, like, just don't try anything new. I think it's very, very difficult for a dad to just be like, oh, when the baby's born, I'm gonna get in shape. Like, that is just a plan. That is that's failure from the beginning.
Right.
Like you have to start
beforehand
and then hope that those habits either evolve or at least just like maintain themselves.
Yeah.
If you're that Dad Bod B, it's a whole nother conversation where like you have to make like some changes there, like new changes. And that's kind of like a whole nother discussion. And that everything could work.
Yeah,
for sure. But when I was saying on more of like the prevention of it is like that Dad Bod A, where like you have some qualities, you have really good habits. How could we make sure that they don't go away when this whole new lifestyle comes
100%. In? 100%. We sign up to become a teacher and like almost immediately once we have a kid. Mm-hmm. You're an automatic teacher. Your son is an automatic student. Whether you're absent or present, you're already teaching.
And you're the smartest teacher in the world.
Yeah. And they're good. And they actually consume about 80% of it.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe even more. Right? Because they look up to you. Everyone looks up at a father figure, whether they're there or not. You're going to attach to something that was like, okay, who's going to represent that for me? right? Okay, so we have daily movement. By the way, the framework is Dad framework. Do you see that?
That's good.
Okay. The A for me is accountable, or like some level of accountability towards your nutrition, and making like different levels for yourself of what's non-negotiable. So an example is like, I always have to have protein. That's an easy, simple one. Protein, and actually now I've added this, is every meal that I have has vegetables. That's it.
Yeah.
That's gold level for me. Have protein, vegetables. If I want to throw some carbs in, cool. But those are like non-negotiables now. Those are like some of my daily things. And the through line for a lot of the dads have their basic fundamental nutrition. It's so basic they don't even talk about it.
That probably solves almost every problem. Those
sure.
2 rules.
Yeah, protein, vegetables.
And that's why it's like, I think people like think it's going to be harder than it is. Like, because I don't know, unless you're really good at it, like tracking macros and tracking every meal that you eat, like unless you're good at it, that's probably not going to happen when like you're trying to eat a quick meal while your kid's crying in the corner, something like that. But like, if you just have some cornerstone, like general principles that you go by, or just like, what if it's, I just have to eat whole foods.
That's it.
One rule. It's difficult. It's difficult, but at least it's just one rule to fall back on.
There's like, they have basic accountability. What's interesting about these fit dads is they don't know that that's rare.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, what do you mean? I don't do any energy drinks. I don't do that's just dumb. Yeah. Right? It's a through line. They have a level of accountability. The accountability was there so long that it became a non-event. Right? So it's like they have a version of nutrition that is so adaptable to any situation that happens when you're a parent. Even if I have to go, like we're traveling, guess what? I can do that anywhere in a lot of fast food chains. Protein, vegetables. Easy. What I typically see is just carbs. And then on top of carbs, maybe a dash of protein.
I told you I'm a big carb guy. So.
Yeah, I think everyone is designed like a big carb guy. You know what I mean? So, but if you have some of those things, it like kind of softens the blow a little bit. Right? Now, if you have daily movement and like a decent nutrition accountability plan, I think you're winning.
I got a hack for the accountability on the nutrition plan. This is a hard one, but this was a discussion that we had before baby arrived.
Yeah.
Where we're very serious about like the foods that we give the baby.
Right.
And the principles are not any different from the principles that I have.
Same like principles, yeah.
Whole foods, I don't know, of course, the kid's getting picky already and all he wants, he could just eat carbs in like a meal.
It's designed that way, yeah.
It's designed. But the other half of it too is he's a year and a half. He's a baby. And if you have a 5-6-year-old kid, like their kids, you're an adult, eat like an adult. Yeah. Don't eat like a kid.
Yeah.
And like that is you're not eating what the kid's eating, but like we try our hardest to do that. Sometimes he leaves the protein on the side and he just eats the carbs or whatever, but like we know better. So I think it just becomes one of this like, if you like some adults right now, even if they don't have kids, they still eat like children.
Right.
They'll just do a whole bowl like dinner is like mac and cheese. Yeah, that's delicious, but like that you're eating like a child. Right. So I think like that could just be like a general rule. If you are giving your kids the same type of foods that you would eat, that solves a ton of problems right there.
100%. And it's like it's a smaller version of yours. Right.
It's just small. And of course there's the discussion about that can get like expensive, but and it's not that we don't have packaged food for him, but like he's obsessed with like these like yogurt, it's like Greek yogurt.
He loves those. Yeah. But high protein,
like it's Greek yogurt. Like, yeah, he probably should eat some other stuff too. But like the food choices that we're giving, and he eats like an insane amount of fruit, but because he loves the carbs.
Yeah.
But as long as like you are feeding him what you would eat in this situation, that takes care of itself. Because once all the snacks come in, and I know once he gets older, he's going to go to school and he's going to see things at school that he's never seen at our house. Those are kind of like we got to figure out those problems when we get there. But if you are in 100% control of what your baby or your kid eats, then it's on you.
Yeah, it's so good. I want to shatter a limiting belief because I'll get this from parents. They were like, "Oh man, when I was a kid, I can do anything, right? I can eat anything." So, and then you eat the same thing they do, and you turn into a ball.
Yeah,
it's like that because your activity level is not like theirs. And what I mean by that, I gave my Fitbit to my son, and fool cracked 33,000, right? 33,000 steps, and I was like, I thought I was smashing it.
and that's
You know?
like you taking 60.
Dude,
No,
I
probably
know,
more,
yeah.
like 90, right?
Yeah, I was like, 33,000 at school? Like, how are you doing that? So, I mean, obviously he did school and then he did club.
That's wild,
But
too,
you're
because
still
he's sitting in a
getting-
chair for like 6 hours of the day.
So what is he doing in like, yeah, he's moving around somewhere. So they're
Dense.
very
It's
active
very
somewhere.
dense.
So why you people are getting dad bods is because they're eating like they're kids again, but they're not moving like they're kids again.
Right.
And this is where I think the daily movement practice comes in. If you do daily movement like they are, and you have that one, I'll throw down some chicken nuggets that he's not eating. It's hard to say no to that. It's like he leaves 3 stray chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it's hard.
What are you going to do? You're going to throw that away? No, you got to just throw some ketchup. Just dabble on it. Boom. But if I'm doing daily movement, if I'm playing like a kid, theoretically, I can eat like a kid and still be like normal. And it's working.
Kids are so thin because it's like they literally live the eat less, move more.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're
100%.
sitting next to them and you're eating more and moving less.
And then you get the dad bod.
And then you wonder why you got a dad bod.
Okay, so we got 2 massive ones: daily movement, accountable nutrition. I want to end on this one because this one I think is underrated, and it's one that is attacked immediately as a parent, and it's discipline around sleeping. Okay, so one of the things that, and I did gain weight. Maybe I could do a little picture of me gaining like 15 pounds when I had Lucas. But it was primarily because I didn't have any systems around sleep. Not for myself, one, but also not for my son. Actually, my wife probably is the most responsible for getting me in my sleep back, is because she created some of these ground rules. No screen time at 8. We start brushing at 8, including myself. She's like, "You too, Dad." And I'm like, ugh.
It's great to have.
Right? And I'm like, dang it. And then, but now I'm getting sleep. And sleep is like, it's the best drug for weight loss. It's the best drug for performance. It's the best drug to fight off a cold. And the moment you take that away and you start sacrificing your sleep for a little bit of distraction at the end, you're setting up for massive dad bod. Right? So let's talk, you want to hammer on this on the sleep side?
Sleep.
Like, yeah.
So my wife did an amazing job of, from day one, just trying every single day to get to where we are right now. And listen, I definitely have a probably not normal, like I have a good baby. Like he slept, started sleeping probably like 4 or 5 months in, like pretty decently. Like he wakes up like a couple of times, but he was always like a good sleeper. But I believe it's because she established these systems from day one,
right,
with this new baby. And also on like the prevention side of things, me and her, we had it together before the baby came in.
Right.
As in, like, we're going to like, because for 10 years we were teachers. We had to, we got off at like 3. We had to wake up early. So we were in bed at like 9:30. Like, we already had a good bedtime before the kid came in.
Right.
I think if you're not taking your sleep serious before the kid comes in, you're like double screwing yourself over. Because now that kid's going to come in and make it worse than what it was. Mm-hmm. And then if you're the type of couple that stays up watching Netflix until midnight, when's the kid going to go to sleep? Or like, when are you going to put him down, or when you're going to wake up? So like, we just tried our best to realize that like he's coming into our system. Yeah. And we need to hopefully so I remember laughing, like just being like, what are we doing? Like, kid was like 3 weeks old and just like practically asleep on the floor, and we were like reading him a book. I was like, what are we doing? Why are we reading this kid a book? Can we just go to sleep? He's like, no, it's like, we're just going to do the same thing every single night so that he gets used to it. And then it became this, like, his bedtime it's between 8 and 9.
Right.
There's a couple of bad nights where it goes past or whatever, but like we have a very like a window where he will go to sleep, and then we have our sleep lined up because of that.
So good.
Now, of course, he could be up all night. We had this system of, and she came up with all this. So that's another thing too. There's always like one person out of the two that just has it more together in certain aspects. She's so good with the kids. So like a lot of this is just because she set these ground rules up. But man, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah. And here's what I want to tap onto this.
Yeah.
Quick. Your wife went into full nurturing mother mode, which is like taking the bed to sleep and doing all of those things because you've prioritized being a father, a real dad, a dad that's working out, protecting, trying to earn that money, and making sure that you're playing that role. When you start going dad bod mode, like the roles start to switch, and it's just like it breaks my heart that's like the thing, right? And there are going to be dads that have to play both.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and there has to be moms that have to play both. But when you become the protector, the dad, the one that needs to like elevate their voice just a dash, and then your kid's like, fudge, dad's pissed. Then it changes the dynamic, and then you can play those roles. Your wife can be all in. Right now, my wife is like learning how to like cook at a high level from scratch and learning all of this mom things. And I'm just like, amazing. Thank you so much. Like this formula works. Very interesting. Right? So it's creating this pattern. Here's the thing that's going to happen when you're a dad or you're a mom. Shit's going to go out the window. Right? One of those elements are going to break. But if you don't have systems, if you don't have systems that prevent those breaks, you're going to have breakdowns.
Yeah. And you could be like if you're, say this is a car and the car is the system, like guaranteed one tire is going to blow.
For sure.
But you can still get to your destination with 3.
Right.
The problem is when all of them blow and then you have no idea what to do and you're just like, let's just grind this car with flat tires out and see what happens. That's where things go wrong. And the systems are there to come back, to bring you back to like square one. Because that first 3 years, my sleep was gone, but my daily movement was there, right? My nutrition was pretty adequate. And the moment my son actually started to sleep in a regular schedule, guess what happened to my body? Went right back to normal. If in fact it went like to another level because I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep now instead of 2. Yeah.
This is crazy. And then I get 6 and then 7. I'm like, what am I even doing here?
Right? I got a really good one for that too, because I think one of the most important things, and like I bet everyone's like, yeah, that sounds like common sense, but it's harder to go through. When you're fit and you're preparing to be a fit dad and you're doing all these things, like if you have this idea that like you're going to be in the best shape ever, you're just wrong. You have to realize that like there might be 1 to 3 years of just like you're maintaining and you're just kind of like holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
And there will be a point where you can start getting better.
Right.
But like just don't let it all go away because like you're not in the having the best workouts or making the best gains or doing all this stuff too. And like this daily movement, it might not be the same daily movement that you had beforehand, but it's something.
Yeah, it wasn't 2-a-days anymore.
It's not 2-a-days anymore. It's not, I can't bench what I used to and deadlift, all this stuff like that. But like you're doing something. Yeah. And it's just like this little maintenance period. It's like the off season, right? Yeah. If you're consider yourself like an athlete, it's just like this is the off season. I have this job to do. I'm not going to let myself go completely. But once and I'm talking about like, because I'm in that year and a half, like I'm talking about like that first 6 months was rough and the lack of sleep and all these things like that, but it'll start to get better. Like the kid's going to start to sleep after a while. Now, if you have another one and you have to do that, now you're looking at like your 3 years, your 5 years old. But if you can just hold on and just kind of like keep your head above water and just float for a little bit, like it's not forever. Like you're not going to be losing sleep forever.
Yeah.
The thing I forgot about before, just this little hack, and if anyone's ever tried this, like you absolutely know your sleep is not going to be the same.
Right.
We were big into, and I don't know, my wife got this. It was just like instead of doing shifts, like did you do shifts when the baby was first born?
We tried.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
What'd you end up doing?
I got the sleep. My wife did all of the pain.
Yeah. And that's that.
Yeah, like she was just,
especially
she was
like
already worried
if they're breastfeeding
already.
too, like that's like, and this is a whole nother thing, but like there is this weird like little guilt when that happens.
Yeah.
Where like
dang, I should be waking up with her.
And then like the wife's looking at you like she's all tired. You're like, you get to sleep. Oh, he's in shape. I just gained all this weight from pregnancy.
For sure.
That's a whole nother story that you guys got to like
different topic,
figure out. But we just did your night, my night.
Oh wow.
Because like even if you're getting absolutely destroyed,
you
know you get to sleep the next night.
Yeah.
And there's there's all that science behind like a one night of bad sleep is bad, but once you start to do 2 and 3 and stack, like that's where things go wrong.
Right.
So I remember there was some nights where like, it's 2 a.m. and I'm sitting there and I'm tired and I'm just like, I get to sleep tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then that day becomes easier.
That's true. That's a great hack. Yeah.
When you're like, I'm tired and that baby's going to do the same thing again tonight. And I'm going to be tired tomorrow. And I'm going to be tired tomorrow.
Right.
This little, like, we would just be like, it's your night. It's my night. It's your night. It's my night.
Yeah. That's like the half version.
It was the half version that worked. And that's a system right there.
That's a great system.
That's what we created. Might not work for you because of jobs or whatever it is. But like, there's also ways to tweak things
for
too,
sure
instead of sticking to it.
Yeah. So here's the tweak for that. Because that didn't work for me because I had to wake up at 4 every time, come in at 5, right? And I'd leave work at like 6. So I'm working forever. The way we did it was I would just have to have him one day, one whole day. He was like, just give me one day. Just give me 1 hour.
Like the big reset button.
Right? Just give me 1 hour. And she only needed 1 hour.
That's crazy.
And it was like.
They're so much stronger than.
Yeah. So there is that version. Can you give him 1 hour back? Can you give him 2 hours back? And the way I do that is like, no, I'll take him to practice. I got it. You go Muay Thai, right? Like, you know what? I'll watch him while you go do your thing, your Reiki training. Like, I got it. It's one
you can't
day.
be like,
It's
I get the sleep and but that's my workout time. You can take him to practice.
Right.
That's never going to work out.
So we did have those conversations where it's like, you're getting all this sleep. But she notices like 2 of us can be miserable. Should be just go for it.
Yeah.
She was like, no, it doesn't make sense. I'm already waking up because I'm worried that he's like not going to wake up. So I'm just going to stay by him. And I'm like, cool.
Just to add to it too is like, that's where the line is crossed of like that dilemma of like, you're trying to be the best version of yourself possible so that you could be the best dad possible. But there is that line where like with your partner, like maybe you're just being a little too selfish.
Right.
Because if you got the sleep and you were like, well, your Muay Thai time is my workout time and I need to go work out. Like then you're just being selfish and you have to like reality check yourself.
And then you're setting yourself up for 10, 15 years where you're not attracted to your wife anymore. Right. I'm selfishly like, she's going to look bomb.
Yeah.
If she keeps exercising because her muscle memory is crazy. Right. So I'm selfishly looking at it like, let's go.
Yeah, go work out.
You go work out. Go do squats more. Do some lunges, whatever. You know what I mean? But you have, and here's the thing. In my free time, I was intentionally doing 2-a-days still. Right? So now you're creating this massive gap of like, dang, dad is actually taking care of himself. You naturally either pull them towards where you are or you push them away. And in this case, my wife was like, I got to get in shape. So when she started getting her time back, her sleep back, that was like her immediate push. And then boom, she started shedding the weight. She started looking amazing again. And then so there's a temporary feel, right? So it depends on where you are. And again, I think just to kind of sum this up, the conversations have to be concrete. The honesty, the transparency, the goals 50 years from now have to be concrete. I got
another one too. If you're seeking this, you're feeling attractive, you feel like a man, you feel like a dad, you feel like the provider, well then you might need to wake up at 5 a.m. to get your workout in before they wake
Yeah.
up, and then you take care of business. Like
Yeah.
there needs to be a lot of like we get a lot of the take on accident, but like we still have to find ways to give. Like we got to be able to do that part of it so that it's like it's a team effort.
Right.
And that does like sometimes like who wants to wake up at 5 a.m. to work out?
Yeah.
But if that's the only time in your schedule that allows it, and you know you got sleep while your wife's upstairs like
You
dying,
you better get after
you
it.
better do it. And you better
Yeah.
do it with like the waking up and just being like, I
Right.
feel like a man doing this. And
Exactly.
that could help give you that like little extra motivation that you didn't have before.
For sure. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so just to sum this up, have foundations early on in your relationship. What do you want that 50 year to look like? Have a discipline in daily movement. Hold yourself accountable to some fundamental version of nutrition. It doesn't have to be macros. Like we said,
It doesn't have to be
proteins,
perfect.
vegetables, only whole foods. Make a rule for you. And then the last one is have a discipline around sleep. Really prioritize it as much as you possibly can, because as you're becoming a father or a newly mother, those systems will be attacked. But if you have 1 to 2 of those that you're continually doing, you won't go full dad mode. You won't go full mom mode either, right? And you'll start to become the father that you're actually supposed to be. One that leads by example, one that has unlimited energy, one that's attractive to your wife, so your relationship is really strong. And that's really it, why I really want to do this. You could feel my passion to this, because I feel like there's a lot of fathers that are not fathers. They're fatherless fathers. And I'm like, bro, like, come on.
Yeah.
I'll pick up the slack though for you. You know what? Let me be that person for you. I'm going to go out there and play soccer. And then take my shirt off at the end of it. I never took my shirt off. I feel weird just yet. But when I do, but yeah, I went into there was a dad's league, and they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, then you have that conversation. They're like, okay, what should I do? Because they all want to be that dad too, right? They've been lied to.
Yeah.
And it's my goal and your goal is to normalize this again. And it is normal for us. But for some reason, for those of you guys that are watching, it's not normal. But it is. What's not normal is having a dad bod. And I might get hated for that, whatever reason. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Guys, if you guys like this episode, Keith and I will continually drive this message to become like a better father, a better founder, and also someone that's just fit. And if you align with that message and you want to lead your family, your household, your team in that direction, that's kind of where we're at. And just take it or leave it, right?
That's right. And why not have a bigger community of people of what we deem to be normal, even if it's not the norm.
Yeah.
Just like I said, that the guy in the airport that I give the nod to, like, it just needs respect. We need more. We need more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.